Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 403. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Connor. What's up, Connor?
Yeah.
What's up, David?
Hey.
What's up, Gloria?
By the angel, I say hi.
Hi. Okay, so I got some news to break. There will be no Fantastic Four 2, and in its place will be Deadpool 2. Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Deadpool 2 is going to take the slot, supposedly, of Fantastic Four 2.
Oh, I have no doubt that
They are not going to do any sequels. It is dead.
Where's the
John,
link? Because I actually want to read this just so it can make my day.
I will. Well, we're live now. I'll have to send it to you after, but
Yeah, send that link to me then.
yes, but absolutely, I'm ecstatic because we all know that Deadpool is gonna rock. So
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a real challenge for Fox because this is actually a big risk because this is they're marketing a
I don't think it's a big risk because I think it's definitely gonna do good.
It's rated R, so again limiting the audience, but I think but I have no doubts that Deadpool will go see. I know I'm gonna go see Deadpool because it looks fantastic.
Yes.
But
So,
yeah.
So save that money for Fantastic Four and go see Deadpool. There you go.
I actually found
Don't go see Fantastic Four. Take a stand, people, against what you believe in. You know that you don't like the Fantastic Four movie by 20th Century Fox. You do love the comics, so just stay away from that movie.
I found out also that Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool actually recorded several jokes that took jabs at Green Lantern, but he is not even sure that all of them will make that will pass the cutting room floor.
Although, man, those are really in the trailer.
Well, no. That's one of a lot of jokes at Green Lantern's expense. So they're probably going to cut the more obvious ones out.
Right. Well, we'll see. Gloria, to get off the superhero kick for a couple of minutes. Gloria, my director, is going to be telling us some Shadowhunter news.
Yeah, we got 3 more cast members. Well, they're already cast. We finally got.
When does this start, Gloria? This Shadowhunters thing? Because you've been talking about it for months, and I haven't seen an episode.
It hasn't. They're filming.
They're filming. Okay.
It's not until January.
Okay.
Airing on ABC Family, but yeah, it's they're in the process of filming and everything, so it's like it's crazy. We get news like every other day or whatever. But we got more cast members. Well, the news of more cast members. I mean, they've already been casted. We just didn't know who they were until today. They were officially announced. Paulino Noon is playing Robert Lightwood, the father of Alec and Isabel and Max and Jake. And then Jack Fulton is playing Little Max Lightwood. I love his I love his character stuff. That casting. I squealed like crazy because he's an adorable little kid. And Stephanie Bennett was casted as Lydia Brenwall. Brenwall is a family that's in the Infernal Vices story, a prequel to the Mortal Instruments. But that family is like a long line, and Lydia is like a character they added to the show of Shadowhunters. She's not in the book Mortal Instruments, but she is basically just so they could add a little more backstory into the show. So they're adding her. She's like one of the members of the Clays. She comes into the Institute at New York and temporarily takes over. So I mean her character is going to be quite interesting to see how they work that storyline in. But they're really all 3 of them look okay. I mean, I'm not that happy with the Robert casting, but I'm not going to judge until I see him act. He might be okay. But by the looks, he doesn't look like the character in my head when I read the book. And then Max, I think he's close enough. He's not 100%, but he's adorable, and that's what matters. Because he's a little brother, adorable little brother. So yeah, and then Stephanie Bennett playing Lydia. We don't really the characters like for the show, so it doesn't really matter that much. But I can't wait to see about what her character is.
Okay.
And Malik Week is one. We had Malik is the shifting of Magnus and Alec. One of the ships I love in the story. And we had a whole week. Just finished it of Malik Week. I did pretty good on Twitter. I did a whole bunch of different, I joined in on it and stuff. And I've got a couple of the cast members noticing me, like the new Robert. He replied to me on Twitter. I welcomed him to the family, to the the fandom, and of course I got the one that plays the mother, Marish. She followed me.
Wow.
And I'm trying to get some of the major ones. I'm hoping, and of course I got the author to reply. I mean, she replied to me, Cassandra Clare, and I was like, I freaked out on that one because she's like the author. She's like the one who started it all, So it's like really awesome. And some others too. So it's pretty cool. I love fandom.
Cool. All right, who's got the next article? You want to go with Connor?
Yep. Star Wars comics reveal post-Jedi mess. Greg Rucka, the writer of the upcoming comic book series Journey to Star Wars: The Force Awakens Shattered Empire, says things will get ugly in the new work. The four-issue comic series, that's shit English, but anyway, takes place right after the Battle of Endor in the Return of the Jedi, and like all Star Wars material being produced now by Disney and Lucasfilm, what happens in it will be part of official canon. Rutgers tells Heat Vision that despite the destruction of the second Death Star and the death of both the Emperor and Darth Vader, the Empire is still a force to be reckoned with. The Empire still has resources. The Empire still has an enormous fleet. They may be in disarray post the Battle of Endor, but to think that in that vacuum people aren't stepping up is short-sighted. There's a Moff out there who's like, right, I'm emptying the bank accounts, I'm changing my name, and I'm going to Aruba. There is. But for every Moff who does that, there are 5 who say, like hell I am leaving this post. We've got stormtroopers for a reason. You get out there and you shoot every last one of those upstart insurgents, these terrorists, and you make clear to them that the rule of law still stands, so it does get ugly. Rutger used the real-life elements of the Arab Spring and North Korea's brutal regime as influences on the work, including the control and censorship of information. Who controls the airwaves? The Empire does. So the rebellion can be jumping up and down and screaming at the top of their lungs, Palpatine is dead. But I guarantee you, the message didn't reach 70% of the galaxy. It's a rumour. It's a whisper. Rebel pilot Shara Bay and her husband Kaz will serve as the central characters in the comics, which will have appearances by the original trilogy characters. The 4-issue series kicks off September 2nd. In related news, a Canadian Toys R Us accidentally started selling toys from the upcoming Star Wars: The Force Awakens a month before the official launch.
Oh my god.
They're up at Rebel Scum.
Spoiler.
Oh boy, they released the figures? I go crazy if I saw the figures.
Sometimes that could spoil it because sometimes it kind of gives you details.
I guess they got the cases and they're not allowed to release them because it will probably release like what's going to happen in the movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, it said a month before official launch, so I think in a month's time it'll be safe to start releasing stuff like that.
Wow. All right, what else we got?
Do you want me to go? Or do you want David? Or
David, go.
All right, so who's ready for another Mortal Kombat movie? Hopefully one that doesn't suck. So,
Mortal Kombat!
I remember my nephew playing that game like crazy.
You look like Mortal Kombat with that mask on there,
But James Wan, the director of Fast and Furious 7 and The Conjuring, has now been reportedly signed on to produce a reboot of the Mortal Kombat franchise in the works at New Line Cinema and Broken Road, says the tracking board. A few years ago, choreographer turned director Kevin Trinkaron, who was coming off of the popular web series adaptation Mortal Kombat Legacy, which, if you haven't seen that, is a fantastic web series. Go check it out. He was slated to helm, but announced in 2013 that he had opted out of directing. The project, first announced in 2011, boasts a script by Oren Uziel, Mortal Kombat Legacy, and Dave Callahan from the new Godzilla. The game itself follows a diverse range of fighters hailing from 18 different realms who are pitted against one another in an epic tournament. Numerous sequels and reboots followed, and it became famous for its gory violence and style. The new one reportedly follows a male protagonist who becomes drawn into the interdimensional tournament and begins to realize his true potential. Raise your hands if you think it's Liu Kang. Okay, put him down now. The property was adapted into a film in 1995, arguably one of the only successful film adaptations of a video game. That's debatable. And it was followed up by a sequel that was widely trashed. Now that is true. The property has also been adapted more recently as a web series. Now, I think Mortal Kombat or any fighting game is really hard to try and get into a movie without favoring one character over the other. I mean, obviously, we already know Scorpion and Sub-Zero are the most marketable characters in this franchise, so obviously they're going to be in it. Though I would like to see the Mortal Kombat film focus on a particular character. And depending on the success, focus on just those individuals. Like, I would love to see a Scorpion movie just on him, or the relationship between him and Sub-Zero alone is worth an entire movie. That is just a dark and sad story between those two. So, yeah, I kind of have mixed feelings on this. On the one hand, here we go, another reboot. But on the other hand, these films were never really that good to begin with, and it's been over 20 years since the last Mortal Kombat movies. So, I mean, it's not that upsetting that they're doing it, given that we live in a world where we can have a reboot 5 years after the last one.
Yeah.
So it doesn't bother me that much now. I just hope that whoever does it does a good job. So, in the other one here, let's see what we got. Hold on one moment. Loading.
Got it?
Alright. Civil War. Tony Stark and Steve Rogers' teams revealed. We know that the upcoming Captain America Civil War will see the heroes of the Marvel Cinematic Universe taking sides in an argument and ultimately fighting over their beliefs. One side will be led by Captain America and the other by Iron Man. A new report over at Heroic Hollywood has revealed the makeup of the respective teams, and you might be surprised who is fighting for whom. Potential spoilers ahead. So I'll really give you guys a second.
Yeah, that's good.
3, 2, 1, here we go. Iron Man will have Black Widow, The Vision, Spider-Man, and War Machine on his side. Captain America will have Hawkeye, the Falcon, Scarlet Witch, Ant-Man, and the Winter Soldier. The report makes no mention of the Hulk, even as rumors persist of his involvement, and actor Mark Ruffalo was spotted with fellow castmates in both Atlanta and Berlin when the production was filming in those areas. Who's going to win? Place your bets.
What about Black Panther?
They're keeping his involvement secret for right now.
So we got basically one team versus the other, but then we have people that are in the middle.
Black Panther is the one who we're going to be seeing this conflict through his eyes. He's the neutral party in this. Right. After the events of Age of Ultron, he realized that Wakanda needed to step back in and basically, because they've been isolated for so long, and this is that event where they said, okay, we need to get back into this world and show that this kind of stuff don't fly with us.
Also, rumor is that Spider-Man switches sides as well, just like in the comic. He turns on Tony Stark because he realizes that Tony Stark is wrong, and he's fighting on the wrong side. So rumor has it that he jumps to Cap's side.
Well, there is no right and wrong in this one because it's not about superhero identities. The whole point, that's the thing that a lot of people don't know about this Civil War. It's not about identities. There are no secret identities in this universe because pretty much they don't exist. Hell, Captain America doesn't even have a secret identity anymore, given that he fights with his helmet off half the damn time. But the point of this is who reports to who. Do the Avengers need to be held responsible for what happened in Age of Ultron, which Tony believes, yes, they do need to be held accountable for stuff like that. They can't just go all over the world, trash it, and not expect it to be held accountable for what they do and for the people they hurt. And I think Tony's fight with the Hulk showed that. It was that the innocent people that got caught in the way of this little game between heroes and villains. Now, Cap believes that what they're doing is for the greater good. But really, who's really right in this situation? Neither of them are right.
Well, that's not the way I feel. The way I feel is with the comic, to have the government in charge of the Avengers and have say is a big mistake, because we saw what happens when the government was trying to be in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then we had Hydra take over S.H.I.E.L.D. And I feel that I'll probably side with Captain America's side. And if the Civil War is any indication, the comic, Captain America dies. Captain America dies, at the end. So
well, forget the comic, because this is not that same Civil War.
It's very similar, though.
Well, it's similar, but the players are the same.
Well, it does play. It does play because people do have secret identities. Hawkeye. Hawkeye has kept his family from the public view.
But he doesn't wear a mask. The point is, there are only two people in the Avengers, this movie, that have any need of a secret identity. That's Scott Lang, which pretty much a lot of people already know he's Ant-Man already, and Spider-Man, who no one knows who he is. That is the only person who has a secret identity at the moment. So really, making this a fight about secret identities, it's entirely pointless. It's personal freedom versus national security.
Right.
That's what this is. But I mean, maybe I would side with Iron Man on this one, to be honest. And I'm not because it's that, but because, if you have these beings with unimaginable power who can just walk all over the earth and decide what to do, something has to be done. They can't just...
But they're not like Doctor Doom or Kang the Conqueror. They're heroes.
Not that we know. Because it comes back to, like, the whole Superman thing. Like, go back to the 1960s, or when Superman was first introduced. You have a being like this. If you said this guy was real, the world would accept him with open arms. But you bring him into today's society, people would fear him, and people identify with Lex Luthor because he may be an egomaniacal like sociopath, but he stands up for humanity because he believes that Superman is evil. Now, we know better because obviously we're the readers. We know this. There's a long history of violence between Lex Luthor and Superman. Right. But the people in the story don't know that.
Right.
So the thing is, people are very afraid of being in power, especially these individuals with these abilities. So that's the point.
Yeah.
So I don't think.
And then you have Thanos show up to show that nobody's going to be in control of anything, and just let the Avengers do what they got to do because this guy's going to destroy the universe, basically.
We'll figure that out when he gets his hands on the gauntlet.
You'll probably appear in Civil War and just show up. So.
I think we'll see.
And I heard a rumor that Thor is not in it, but
Thor will not be in this.
The hammer will be in it, and Captain America will wield the hammer, supposedly.
No, but what's happening right now is Civil War and Thor Ragnarok take place roughly the same amount of time.
Right.
Because, this is the weird thing that I wish that Civil War and Thor Ragnarok were actually switched.
I guess Ragnarok technically takes place before because he loses his hammer probably, and then Captain America uses it.
Well, no, that's not the thing. It's that literally they said for Thor Ragnarok, it picks up immediately after Age of Ultron. Like, as soon as he leaves, boom, we're in Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's that.
Let's just walk in.
Oh, I was just saying I had some news of my own, but
Let's
go
just
ahead.
shift to Connor now.
Shah Rukh Khan, Final Fantasy, Ethan Hunt. He wants an Ethan Hunt and James Bond film crossover.
That wouldn't happen, would it?
No, Ethan. I haven't watched Mission Impossible in ages, but I just don't see Ethan Hunt and Bond being together.
Yeah, that's not happening.
But Bond can't do crossovers.
No.
Yeah, well, the thing, Bond doesn't do crossovers, and these
No.
two seem to have like two different ways of going about
As
things.
much as Mission Impossible is successful as of late, it's not. I mean, James Bond's been there for many, many, many decades. So, no. What else do you have, Connor? Another?
Robert Downey Jr. has pretty much confirmed Sherlock Holmes 3 and reveals he's a fan of Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh,
Oh,
very nice.
Although the headline of this news article couldn't be further from the truth than me, because it says reveals he's a fan of Benedict Cumberbatch like the rest of us. I'm not a fan of Benedict Cumberbatch.
Really? I'm a fan of Benedict Cumberbatch. Wow. You don't like
Oh, yeah,
Sherlock?
by the way, Benedict Cumberbatch is going to have the goatee in Doctor Strange. It's confirmed he'll have it.
Of course. Of course. Yeah, you can't have Doctor Strange without the goatee.
Yeah.
And I think that's it, right? Glory, you have any other stuff?
no.
I do.
Go ahead, David.
Well, for those of you who do not watch my channel, I am a huge fan of the company Rooster Teeth and the anime show that they have just made called RWBY, which has been going on for 2 years. Their convention, RTX, which is going on right now, I believe, in Austin, Texas, they opened up with a panel, 2 days ago, they opened up with a panel talking about RWBY. Now, for those of you who do not know, tragedy hit Rooster Teeth in February. The animator and creator of RWBY, Monty Oum, passed away. I believe he was in his 30s, very, very young. And a lot of people didn't know what was going to happen to the show now that its creator and animator has passed away. But they came on saying that even though they were 5 months behind schedule, they are now full into production on it. And we should be seeing something soon regarding whether the overall status of it. We got to see some new sets, some new locations that we're going to visit. This is all like 3D, three-dimensional like animation, which it's pretty awesome. And if you guys haven't seen it, it's some of the best fight animations I've ever seen. So I'm going to screen share something real quick. So if you guys like anime, obviously you guys are going to love what I'm about to hear, because 2 guest stars have been announced for RWBY. Let me see if I can pull it up. Vic Mignogna, who is known for his awesome anime repertoire that you can see in this photo. Most notably, he was in as Edward Elric in Full Metal Alchemist. He will be joining as one of the relatives of the main characters, Uncle Crow. He will be joining as that character in RWBY, which I am really, really, really excited for. And also we have, Elizabeth Maxwell. Elizabeth Maxwell is known for her work on Ghost in the Shell Arise. She will be playing a sister of one of the main characters named Winter Shani. It's a fantastic anime. It blends fantasy and sci-fi together perfectly. If you guys haven't seen it, I highly suggest you do, because you will absolutely love it. And also, probably one of the most heartwarming things about this was they did talk to, I'll read what it says right here. It said, before closing the panel with questions, the showrunners and revealed in a touching moment they had asked Neith who is the brother of Monty, who passed away, to take over his voice acting duties for the character Lai Ren, who he voiced in Volume 1 and Volume 2. While Ren will obviously sound different, Haddock explained, Neith's working very hard to take over for his brother's role. He's not a professional actor, but he cares very, very much about doing right by the part. So this is very touching, and I hope that anyone of our audience who watches this who likes Rooster Teeth can extend our wish him luck for this, because obviously it's very hard to take over something, especially after losing your brother so many months ago.
Oh, okay.
So
Now, why don't you promote your show? I don't know if our viewers are aware that you have your own channel, your own podcast show.
all right, guys. So I don't like tooting my own horn usually. That's the problem.
All right, I'll say it.
I'll talk about it. My channel is, as my name, Darth Cinema. I just talk about random stuff that was going on. I'll do the occasional movie review if I go see it. And also, I am running my first ever podcast, my gaming podcast, which is called The Multiplayers. Hopefully I can wrap a couple people in the Everything Show who like games to come over. Please.
Who do you have on there lately?
I got your son.
Yay!
I kidnapped his son.
You got me to son Joe is in there. All right, very good.
So
yeah, I'm surprised Anthony didn't go on there yet, but I'm sure he will. He's a huge Destiny player there. So.
And for those of you who like the creepy stories, I also co-own a channel with a friend of mine, Observer Tribe 12. We run a channel called Creepypasta Stains. Yep, we read scary stories to you. So check out Creepypasta Stains. We are at, let me actually see, because we keep growing by the day. I am not even kidding. It is just absolutely.
Tell us how many subscribers you have.
I'm going right now. Hold on. Creepypasta Stains. Here we go. We are at 928 subscribers.
Look at that. Screen share that.
Wow.
Screen share that.
All right, hold on. Wait.
Show it off, man. Show it off.
Okay, hold on. Give me a moment.
Let's see.
Oh,
Where are you?
wow.
Here we are right here.
928 subscribers. Look at that.
And
Very
we
nice.
joined, this was a channel that was pretty much dormant, and the two of us were kind of like, you know what, let's do something. And we don't even have that many videos.
When did you start jumping with subscribers? Was it recently, or was it like
It was
this
over
year?
the past couple of months. We noticed that it was jumping up quite a bit, and we decided, we were like, oh god, what are we gonna do? We never thought we would get this big. Like, literally, one of our biggest videos on this channel, our most viewed video, is the origin of Eyeless Jack, which has currently
Cool.
51,466 views.
Wow.
Wow.
And also, you can check out our original story that, not original story, it was a tie-in with different creepypastas. We were talking about what would be the coolest thing to have these monsters face. It'd be something that all monsters fear. Yep, we're going to have them fight Batman. So we actually did write the story. We did, my friend did the artwork for a lot of this, and we actually are narrating it. So we're going to get to narrating it a little bit more, and doing some cool voice-over effects and all that. So this is going to be a lot of fun. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because we're going to be doing a contest when we get to 1,000 subscribers. So.
Wow.
Thank
All
you,
right,
guys.
so I'm glad you guys are doing well. Not only you, but we have our very own Steampunk Star Raising at amberstreet.com, has over 500 subscribers. So great job with that. He's actually trying his secondary channel, Steampunk Star Raising 2, which I had worked with him to try. I told him to do another channel and make that like a big one. So that's awesome. That's all I want. I just want everybody to just do their own stuff, do well, you know, and it makes me happy to see that, you know. And Gloria, you're going to be bringing your shows back too, or what?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't have that many subscribers though because
I'll come on your show, Gloria.
I'm not as active, so that's why.
I know. And Connor, you guys got the new Who reviews coming back?
Yeah, it's coming back in September, and I actually believe that Mike D is going to be joining us now.
Nice. Very nice.
I think he probably will do. I suppose.
Very good.
So, yeah.
Good. So you got a lot of stuff coming this fall, man.
Yep.
Check it out, the multiplayers. Check out New Who review. You got Glorious TARDIS Dreamers, right?
Yes, and some others.
That's right. And Steampunk Star Racing has the stuff with the cosplayers. So.
Hungry for Hunger Games. Fan Meets World.
Did somebody say cosplay?
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. He's cosplaying.
I actually had an error today. I've been having problems with Google Plus / YouTube lately, and today we did the Everything Show 402, as well as me and Sharon had done a video today that I could not get on there to be monetized, and then it wouldn't even show up. It took, what did it take, Connor? Hours for our podcast? Yeah. Hours for it to get up there. And then we did lose a podcast the other day completely. And then before that, I had lost 3 videos that I had on my phone, and I used the app YouTube Capture, put it on there, it erased itself from my phone, and then it just never showed up on YouTube Capture. So I don't know what's going on with Google Plus YouTube lately, but it's been really annoying, okay? Especially since, you know, when I get kicked out of my own show, and then I come back, it's off the air, and then it doesn't even show up. Last week, I think, Connor, right? It took 4 days.
Yeah.
4 freaking days. What was that? The was that the Everything Show? 400.
No, it was a real Whovians.
It was
4 days. 642, right? 4 friggin' days for that sucker to get up there. Now, of course, my members have suggested that I do my secondary channel, and I'm kind of weary because I love this channel so much. I have tons and tons of subscribers on here, so to start off fresh again, I'm not really crazy about that. I'm gonna have to try to find out a resolution or a common ground. I may have to do a secondary channel. There are over 3,000 some odd videos on here. In some cases, you can't even find them, but they do pop up. They're lost in the, nether sphere of the web, or whatever it is. You'll find me pop up everywhere. I can't even find half of my stuff. So, at some point in time, maybe YouTube will fix it, or I might have to do my secondary channel. So we'll see. Today, me and Sharon went to the Broadwalk, and I was working on trying to get my cover down pat with different ideas and get inspired for, to finish my book. So we had a good time. We visited my old high school, me and Sharon's old, our old high school, New York High School. That was pretty cool. And then a place that we used to go to as a kid, our amusement park had turned. They actually built houses and tore down the rides and everything, and then the arcade side that they had, the haunted house and everything, became a Key Food, which I was just in shock when I saw it because I haven't been there in years, and it was just amazing how unrecognizable. You could tell that from the parking lot. I knew that that's where it was, but it was just crazy how things change over the years. And the last time, me and Sharon graduated high school 23 years ago. So it was just amazing to just revisit our school where we took a picture many 23 years ago at our graduation. So it was fun times today. But of course, I got sunburn, like really bad. I'm feeling it too, old red. But it was a good day. and hopefully YouTube will air this immediately after. We'll see. So on that note, guys, have a great night. We may come back with more podcasts. So take care. Bye for now.